Hello, it's Andrea. Welcome back to my channel. Do you have any old dresses that you don't wear anymore? Because maybe they're faded, they have little lint balls all over them. You're getting ready to throw them away, but do not. It's summertime, y'all. I'm going to show you how to take that old ass dress and transform it into the sexy netted bathing suit cover-up. Really easy. Let's get started. First thing you want to do, find your dress, kiss it goodbye, may it rest in peace. Whatever color you want, doesn't matter, as long as it's cotton preferably, and go ahead and find something to place in between the dress to separate the front part of the fabric from the back part of the fabric. This way you don't accidentally cut the back part while you're cutting the front and vice versa. Okay, the next step is to take your scissors and you want to, well, you can get a ruler for this part and like measure out centimeter strips all the way, around the entire dress, but I am very lazy, so I'm actually going to take my fingers and hold the fabric in place as I slowly cut upwards towards the bust area of the dress where the seam is. Now, this is what you do not want to do. You don't want to just hold onto the bottom of the dress and then just go and just cut all the way to the top. That's how you screw everything up. That's how you're going to cut chunks of fabric off on accident. And it's really hard to net when there's chunks of the dress missing. So you don't want to do that. What I do is I hold my fingers in place, I cut a little bit, I stop cutting, move my fingers higher, hold in place, and then I cut a little bit, stop cutting, move my fingers higher, and so on and so forth until I have pretty little fringes all over the place. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to take each individual fringe and gently you want to tug like so. That is what's going to turn a flat fringe into that round, stringy looking fringe. Don't tug too hard because you might rip a fringe. Don't rip a fringe, girl. Okay, the next step afterwards is we're going to start netting, ladies. Yeah. Let's start from one end and you're going to grab two fringes and you're going to tie it in a very loose knot like so. Okay, put it away, grab the next two right next to it. Okay, this needs to be very organized, you guys. We can really mess up if this is not organized. Grab the one right next to it, tie it in a knot, put it away, set it and forget it. Do that all the way around the dress. Okay, now once we have successfully finished our first row of knots all the way around the dress, we're going to start with our second row. What you're going to want to do, take the outer fringe from the first knot and the outer fringe from the second knot right next to it and tie those together in a knot. Okay. Once we've tied this one in a knot, we've now just established our second row. Okay. Now grab the outer corner of the second fringe and the outer corner of the third fringe. Tie those in a knot. Did I say outer corner? This is not makeup. Outer fringe of the fringe of the fringe and tie the fringe to make another fringe. Now we are establishing our second row. See how I'm doing this? Taking the outer fringe of the first knot and matching it with the outer fringe of the one right next to it and tying that in a knot. And keep going for as many rows as you want to. I did about 3 or 4 rows. It really depends on the length of the dress. Now it's also really important to go in order because if you don't go in order, first row, second row, third row, you can really screw up and get things mixed up and I don't know. Now here is the finished look, okay, but we're not done. Maybe you want to keep like this, maybe you want to get really creative though. Here's what I did. Of course, bleach. I have bleach coming out of my ears. I love bleach. Alright, I poured some bleach and a little bit of water into the spray bottle and I twisted up my newly made fringe dress. I went ahead and I squirted it all over just to kind of, lay down the bleach law, let it know what I was about. You'd be surprised how quickly the bleach is going to lighten this up. I always bleach in the sun though. If you don't have sun, it might take you a little bit longer. Okay, so sprayed some bleach all over it, and then afterwards it wasn't good enough. I wanted more. So I went ahead back with my bottle, and I sprayed like, big blobs of bleach. Blob is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Splatters, just like that. Let it out in the sun for like 10 minutes. Let it lighten to like the maximum ability. Is that the right word? I don't know any words today. Afterwards, hand wash the bleach out because you do not want the bleach eating through the fabric. It's happened to me before. It was, what a nightmare that was. So go ahead and actually always hand wash this, because this fringe is not about that dryer life. It will get really ruined. Now, do you have any beaded bracelets that you don't wear anymore? Because guess what? We can do a little bit more. Yes, now we're getting fancy. Take your bracelet, cut it, let it go. It wants to be a part of this dress. Go ahead and knot it up to the very end of the fringe, like so. Just put it on the bottom, tie a little knot, boom. And look at this. Look at what we just did. We just turned this old, useless dress into this awesome, sexy summertime bathing suit cover-up, you guys. Use whatever pattern you want to. It can be a long maxi dress as long as it's cotton. Look at this teal or whatever color that is dress. I cut the sleeves off, fringed it up, netted it up, boom. Look it. I didn't bleach it, but it still looks cute over my monokini. Oh, I love it, you guys. Go ahead, cut your dresses up, fringe them up, go down to the pool, look hot, feel yourself, look sexy, and I will see you guys soon, okay? Bye!